So last class we have seen that the position of the woman. Okay, what was the status of woman in the ancient period and medieval period, British period. So today we are going to see about major social evils about against women. Okay, what were the major social evils against female women? The first one is female infanticide. Female infanticide. What does it mean by female infanticide? Which means பிறந்த குழந்தைய உடனே சாவடிக்கிறது. Okay, that's it. That is a female infanticide. Okay, so female infanticide was another inhuman practice affiliating the 19th century in India. It was particularly in vogue in Rajputana, Punjab, and northwestern provinces. It was mainly to avoid economic burden. Okay, so what are the things in the female infanticide? So what does it mean by female infanticide? பிறந்த பெண் குழந்தைகளை அப்பயே உடனே கொல்றது. Okay, that is a female infanticide. Okay, so female infanticide was an one inhuman activity. That was not a human activity. Okay, that is an evil activity. That's mean they said that inhuman activity, inhuman practice that affected the Indian society in the 19th century. So in the 19th century early stages, female infanticide were overly spread out, where this was especially the case in the Rajput, Punjab, northwestern provinces. Yeah, like that North India only. This was especially the special cases. The female infanticide was carried. Why people bring this family the female infanticide? Why the people carried this female infanticide practice? Because to avoid the annual economic burden. To avoid the annual economic burden, because uh, the family pride. Yeah, if suppose the ஒரு பொன் குழந்தை பிறந்துச்சுன்னா, we have to find out one bride, groom for him, groom for her, and then also fear of not being able to find a suitable partner for the baby girl, and then family pride. Because if they were thinking that, like that they were thinking, if boy born means that is a very very well. Suppose if the girl baby born means அது ப்ரைடா இல்லாம இருக்கலாம் அப்படின்ற மாதிரி தேவர் திங்கிங். ஓகே, ஸோ தீஸ் ஆர் த ஃபேக்டர். வாட் ஆர் த ஃபேக்டர்ஸ்? ஃபேமிலி ப்ரைட் அண்ட் ஃபியர் ஆஃப் நாட் பீயிங் ஏபிள் டு ஃபைண்ட் a suitable partner for the baby girl. These are the main reason for these female infanticide practices. And then so that the girl's child were killed as soon as they were born. Okay, so this is a main reason. Note this point: girl child were killed as soon as they were born. Okay, this is a mean by female infanticide. Okay, after this, the management of the East India Company took action to ban this practice. Okay, the company administration in India took steps. That is the East India Company. Okay, the management of the East India Company took an action to ban this practice. What are the regulation? The Regulation Act of 1802 and the Prevention of Female Infanticide Act of 1870 prohibited the practice of the female infanticide. Okay, this is the first one, female infanticide. Second one is female foeticide. Yeah, female foeticide is also a same as female infanticide. Female infanticide mean after the girl child born, they were killed as soon as possible. Okay, within 1 or 2 days, or at the now. Okay, but female foeticide, which means the girl child were killed before they born. The girl child were killed before they born. Okay, so the people got found out whether the upcoming the child, whether the boy or girl. If the boy means they did not do anything. Suppose if they found the girl will be born, which means they killed the child before the child born. That is a female foeticide. Okay, so female foeticide is also inhuman practice which cuts across the caste, creed, class, and regional boundaries. Whether it is a female infanticide or female foeticide, the prime motive remained the same. In order to ban the female foeticide and sex determination, the central government passed the various acts. Okay, female infanticide, we know that. So similarly, the female infanticide, another inhuman practice that transcends caste, greed, and regional boundaries. Whether it's female infanticide or female foeticide, no problem. The purpose is the same now. Okay, the purpose is same. What was the purpose? Yeah, going to kill child, going to kill girl child. So before born and then after born. So before born means that is called foeticide. After born means infanticide. The federal government has to implement various programs. Okay, the federal government provides implemented the various programs to why to ban that female infanticide and fetal sex in identification. After this, child marriage. So child marriage, we know that child marriage practices were seen as another social evil against women. Okay, yeah, the child marriage were seen as another social evil against women. In 1846, the minimum age of marriage for women was just 10. Okay, 10 only. The minimum age of marriage for women is 10. After this, the minimum age of marriage for women was 14 and then for men 18 by Domestic Marriage Act passed in 1872. Okay, so in 1846 one act, 1872 one act, that act name was called Domestic Marriage Act. Okay, after this act, the minimum age of marriage for women was 14, for men was 18. Okay, and then in 1930, the Rasak Sharda Child Marriage Bill was introduced in the federal legislature. This law, okay, this Rasak Sharda Child Marriage Law set the one minimum age of marriage for men at 18 and the minimum age for marriage women was 14. But this was later amended to the minimum age of marriage for, yeah, after this act, another one, Hindu Marriage Act of 1955. Under the Hindu Marriage Act of 1955, the minimum age of marriage for men was 21, minimum age for marriage for women was 18. And then fourth one is sadi, another social evil that prevailed in Indian society was conspiracy. So Sadi, which means conspiracy. Okay. So another social evil that prevailed in Indian society was conspiracy. This habit was especially seen among the Rajputs. This Sati habit was especially seen among the Rajputs. Initially, what does it mean by Sadi? Sadi means, okay, so if the couple were there, okay, once the husband died, the mother also want to die same, okay, in the same slither. That is a சதி. ஓகே, ஸோ ஹஸ்பண்ட் இறந்துட்டாங்கன்னா அவங்கள வந்து எரிக்கும்போது மனைவியும் அவங்க கூடயே சேர்ந்து எரிக்கப்படுவாங்க. தட் இஸ் கால் சதி. ஓகே, so in the initially, women were volunteer. They only wanted to killed herself. Okay, because after the husband died, they did not forget about their husband. So அவங்களே வந்து வாலண்டியரா சாவை வந்து இது பண்ண பார்க்குறாங்க. பட் initially they volunteer, but later Sadi ruins at the insistence of relatives. So after this, so poga, uh, relative forced to do that. Okay, relatives forced to do that. Okay, so initially they volunteered, but later Sadi ruins at the insistence of the relatives. So after this, the Italian traveler, Italian traveler Gonti, who visited the Vijayanagar in the 1420. Okay, in that period only the studies spread out mostly. So the Italian traveler Gonti, who visited Vijayanagar in 1420, they mentioned its notes. Okay, they mentioned in its notes that people of the area married many women. Okay, people of the area married many women of their own free will, and that women were burned to death by her husband. In the early 19th century, the Sadi conspiracy was practiced in many parts of Bengal, West India, and South India also. And after this, Raja Ram Mohan Rai was shocked to see this practice. Okay, Raja Ram Mohan Rai was shocked to see this practice and vowed to, they promised the people to abolish this horrible practice by law. Okay, so Raja Ram Mohan Rai was shocked to see is this practice, and then they promised the people to ban this horrible practice by law. So he waged a continuous struggle to ban the habit of conspiracy through the press, speaking on the stage like that. Finally, he found that Lord William Pending had recommended the abolition of this practice. Okay, Rajaram Mohan Rai found out the Lord William Pending had recommended the abolition of this sati by judges in the criminal court. So he also declared that conspiring or burning or burying Hindu widows alive is illegal, punishable by so. He also declared that the conspiring or burning or burying Hindu widows alive is illegal and punishable by criminal courts. Okay, so finally he declared that conspiring, that sadi, and then burning and then burying Hindu widows alive is illegal and punishable by criminal courts.